Hey everybody, it's Hal Cohn here with Roanoke Advice Givers. Hope everybody's having a great week. I was in the studio earlier this week doing an interview with Drew Arney from Wingman Outfitter, and as we were having a conversation, we talked about the fact that we are able to, in this technology age, to have access to so many great mentors virtually through Facebook Live and all this other technology. And that made me think back to earlier this year in January when I posted, wrote my newsletter, and I was kind of figuring out what I wanted to talk about that month. And it really came to me that at that time I was struggling with the F word. It wasn't the F word you probably think of, but more so along the lines of failure. So I'm not the best orator. I'm going to probably read a little bit here out of this directly. Hope it provides some value for you. And, as small business owners and entrepreneurs, hopefully take it to heart and run with it. Let me know your thoughts. So, for me, like I said, the F word that I deal with and struggle with a lot is failure. And, and it was particularly difficult for me the first part of December. I grew up with a father that really expected perfection. Growing up under the finger of someone that expected you to never screw up was hard, left a lasting and negative impression, one where anything less than perfection equaled failure. And I made a note to myself in this particular column that I wrote to stop expecting perfection from my wife, my daughters, my family, and those around me, because we're not perfect creatures. But, and if that's standard for me, to which I was held to perfection, and perfection is never achievable. How do you implement and create new business models, new ways of making significant community impact, new intentional missions for greater good? And it's hard. And why is that? Because there are going to be failures along the way. And when you're expecting perfection, and perfection is unattainable. So what's the easiest way to prevent failure and not have to shoot for perfection? Well, that's just actually sit there and do nothing. Stay right where you are and do not try anything. Whether it be consciously or subconsciously, it becomes crippling and debilitating, and it holds you back. So, and like I said, that's where I was the first part of December last year, 2015. But, luckily, and I praise the Lord that I can confidently say I'm not there anymore. My mindset has shifted. And I can thank Darren Hardy, publisher of Success Magazine, for that particular shift. You see, he's a successful businessman in the world's eyes. He's got money. He's editor of a major international magazine, author of several books, creator of many platforms. He gives to the world on many levels through sharing of himself personally and professionally. And he too once had issues with failure, until one day he had that mindset shift. And so as I read the article and the discussion that he had with a mentor of his, the particular quote that really stuck out to me was, the key to success is massive failure. Your goal is to outfail your competition, and whoever can fail the most, the fastest, and the biggest wins. And that's a quote from Thomas Watson, who's the president of IBM. And that was powerful for me because it gave me the freedom to understand that there's going to be failures along the way. But if I'm not failing, then I'm not moving forward. I'm not growing platforms. I'm not making impact. And that's what God created me to do, and that's what I'm going to try to do. As one of my friends and colleagues said, he said, will it be hard? Absolutely. Is it going to be frustrating? Yes. Is it going to cause pain? Absolutely again. And then, are you going to get confused sometimes? Yes, you are, but you got to keep that straight path and know that along the way you're going to hit those spelling bumps. But will it be worth it in the end? I would give that a resounding yes. So that's what I've got for today. Hopefully it brings some value to folks. And let me know if you have any questions. Put them in the comments. Those of you who watch it later, I hope you do. And what's this say? Hey Hal, I need a thing about a family that celebrates failure. The father asks his kids what they failed at and they celebrate it. I think that is amazing to the kids. They will celebrate failure instead of fear it. Oh, not I need a thing. I read a thing about. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thanks, Heather. Like that comment. And we'll definitely try to do that too. And always got to implement something to try to help your family grow and learn and just be better present here and now. And it's hard sometimes. It's a struggle, but it can be done. So thanks. Looks like Mom joined and Heather joined. So thank y'all for joining me today. I've got to keep on working on this, trying to fine tune it, make it better and more valuable. So let me know what I can do. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.